know, that sounds great, but we're not interested right now. No, that sounds great, but we're actually completed with our recruiting class for that year. No, you know, we don't think that you're big enough for our program right now. Like to see you get bigger. No, we're not in a need for that particular position right now. No, I can't make it out to that game. Does this sound like stuff that you might be hearing from college coaches? Well, the fact of the matter is you have to be prepared and be willing to go through a ton of no's. You're going to hear no a lot. And I'll tell you a real quick story to make my point. I remember I was coaching a travel team, and we had one of the top pitchers in our state playing for us. And a top coach from Kent State University called me and he said, listen, I'm interested in this particular player. Can you please have them give me a call? And I go to practice and I see that player and I said, hey, listen, Coach such and such would like to talk to you. Here's his cell phone number, give him a call. So about 2 weeks later, I see this player at practice and I say, hey, how did everything go with Coach? And he said, I called and he didn't answer he didn't return my message. So I jumped in the car that night and I called the coach and I said, hey, listen, man, I left your information with such and such, and he said he gave you a call. You know, are you not interested anymore? And he said, Coach, if a player's only going to call me one time and give up after that, I'm not interested in him. Click, hung up on me. And I learned something that night going home. And he was looking to win a national championship, and he actually went to the World Series a few years later with that player. But what I learned that day was that coaches may say no 4 or 5 times just to discourage and get rid of the people that are just looky-loos, just tire kickers, just people that are kind of interested, people who are doing it because mom and dad are pushing them, not because they really want this. And so we've got to be comfortable understanding that you may not get that return phone call. You may not get that return email right away. You may not get a yes right away. You may actually hear no 2 or 3 times from that coach. But it will hurt nothing for you to just put that in the back of your mind, use it as motivation, and move forward. 5% of athletes get this opportunity to pursue their sport at the collegiate level. So that means that 95% of the other kids you're competing against are going to hear the word no. So, and they're going to hear it often, and for them it's final. Most of them simply just didn't push past the no's. You've got to continue pushing forward. No is a part of saying yes. What I always tell people all the time who are going through the process for the first time. No is getting us closer to that yes. We cannot take no's personally. We cannot take no's as if it's the end-all life sentence. But no is going to be a part of this journey. Unless you're one of the top 1 or 2% in the country where everybody's saying yes, if you're a kid like myself, and I'm sure like most, who have to fight for the opportunities that they want, we're going to hear no and hear no often. And the great thing about this journey, if you have a plan, have a dream, and have a mentor, as I always talk about with my athletes, is we can take these same skills, like being comfortable hearing no and not taking it personally and not letting it stand in our way, as life skills. When you get that 4-year degree or that MBA or that master's or that doctorate, and you've understood that you're going to hear no anytime you're pursuing a dream, you're always going to hear no often. But if you can fight through that, you'll be that much better for it. You'll be that much better equipped for success and that much better equipped for high performance the rest of your life in everything that you do. As always, guys, love talking to you guys about this stuff. Coach Santiago signing out, and remember, coaching is an action, not a position.